We have Recon casted one of their games recently as the Ottomans. Let's put this in caster mode. And we have Zombie Tuza as the Rus. So two pretty early game, kind of early game civs. Obviously, I've seen a lot of Rus Kremlin rushes. And then we have the Ottomans, who have the early horsemen and the kind of military academies. So hopefully we'll get to see some early action out of these two. Casted a few of Recon's games. I think they're a top 30 player. I'm not sure who this is, but I can look them up after and add their links to the description. I couldn't find Recon's links either last time, the last video I put on YouTube. So if you do know their links, please do let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the game. Let's see one thing really quick. How are we doing for this? We have a chat, but that's just an editor, a graphic design editor. So no need to kind of watch that. Sorry, I put the map in the middle of the screen. Should put it over one of these two players. So we have the early hunting cabin, which is pretty, well, not early, which is pretty standard. And they are targeted over there. Additional 30 wood coming out. Let's see if we get a Kremlin rush. It's been all the rage on YouTube and also just on the PUP server in general. Oh, if I didn't mention, this is the PUP server, which is why the new Kremlin and all these changes are different. We have the Rus player going for, obviously, their questing for wolves and deer. So just going to get some of the gold there, which will be great. We have 3 gold coming from the Ottomans, 3 on gold coming from the Ottomans. I'm probably going to go for that age 2 pretty soon. And we'll get into it once the kind of the action starts. Need a sip of water. We have another person in the stream, so welcome. We have a PUP replay for you today. Let's see, an early lumber camp. Not early. I will get better at that, I promise. Thank you for the new subscribers on YouTube. I appreciate it. And I'll continue to post as much as I possibly can on there. So nothing out of the ordinary so far. Like I said, just kind of doing the standard questing, killing all these things, plus 25 gold. We have, there's the berry fortress, essentially what it is. It's just going to be gathering lots of berries. You put 3 or 4 civilians, and they just kind of loop around and gather infinite berries and food for you, which is huge. With all the food changes and all the economic changes, it's going to be, I think, a huge help for the Ottomans having a landmark like this. And now I'm just kind of waiting to see, patiently see if we're going to see a Kremlin rush or not. Oh, you see a little heart on the minimap? I wonder if that's intentional or not. If it is, it's a very cute little add-in by Relic. There's the Kremlin. Where is it? Oh, so not a rush, but it's just going to go up in a more standard spot forward next to the berry, so they can take these. And then also, I believe it'll be within range of this lumber camp, which will also give the boost for 20% more wood coming out of there. Also securing the gold over here, which will be great, and the stone as well. So excellent, so good placement by the Rus player. Obviously a little bit sad we didn't see the Kremlin rush, as I want to see more and more of those to kind of see how I can defend them as an English player. But I'm in lonely gold, so I don't think I have to worry. I think I have to worry about it more and more. So we have the berry fortress coming down over here. It's obviously not a fortress, it can't shoot, but it will produce lots and lots of berries. We have the military school going down, all pretty standard timing. Obviously, the first soldier out of here will be a spearman, no matter what you do. So, which is good against Rus because they have early knights. I think sometimes I've been calling them Rus, which is not Rus, is the names. Is Kremlin taking what seems like forever to go down? I think it's only because they had 3 civilians on it. There it is. There's the 4. There's the first bush going down, and they'll just start to appear slowly like this, and then the civilians will just go around and around. The only thing you have to be careful of is you don't put them near anything that these civilians can kind of take and start doing. So if you, let's say, if you put this too close to the gold, some of them might just peer off the gold, as well as if you put it at the bottom end of this. If you put them at the bottom end of this town center, sometimes they will go to sheep, which is not as efficient, obviously, because these berries are infinite. So just be careful where you put this to make sure that these civilians will just kind of loop in around and around in a circle. Now military school going down. We have, is that the boar? It is. So another 75 for the Roos. Lots of hunting going down. If you do like hunting and kind of like playing around the map and the natural resources on it, Roos are a good pick if you would like to do that. So we have a scout coming from Recon, just kind of seeing what's going on in their base. And Zombie Tusha is just kind of hanging out. Wooden fortress with a hunting camp around all these deer. So excellent play by the Roos player at this point. As you can see, keeping up an economy with the Ottomans, which is always incredibly good as the Roos. If you're good at building an economy and getting all the Roos bonuses, you can really play that civilization really well. And also if you like defensive kind of the aspect, they're also pretty good with their wooden fortresses, and they have one of the best designs in terms of their buildings, I think, in my personal opinion. So here are the new militia. I think I've explained them in, I think I'm going to post another video before this one goes up. But this is the new militia rush. They're not really rush, but they're obviously they spawn for 90 seconds. Every 3 minutes you can produce them. They cost about, I think, 100 food if I'm remembering correctly. Yes. And they essentially are just there to harass. So whatever damage you can do is for the best, because obviously they will die no matter what after 90 seconds. So any trading you can do with military units, anything like that, is always worth it for them. Getting kited a little bit by these civilians. Almost got just like a boost though, but there's a lot of downtime. 9 civilians downtime is obviously going to be helpful because it costs about 100 food. So 100 food is trading 9 idle times on civilians is actually pretty decent. It's not the best trade ever. Obviously, if you can do like get an actual trade, it's going to be more beneficial. But trading idle time is worth it for food, obviously, as well for the Roos. As you can see, how much food they're producing with that boar over here, in tandem with this like kind of perfect situation, which is boar into the deer. This scout might be going down. There it is. We have the meter beating the drum. Drums increase attack speed. They can also increase melee armor and then range defense as well. So if you're dealing with the English, that E button might be on constantly. Ooh, another sip of water. I've been casting for about an hour now. But also just having so much fun doing it. This has actually been a blast. I've always wanted to kind of cast, as I said in some previous videos. And this just seems like the perfect game for it because it just has an avenue where I can get access to pro games pretty easily, or just high-level games, which is a lot of fun. We have some... Ooh, got picked off one. I'm not saying that was a dramatic kind of way to die, but it does... If you were to die, that is a pretty cinematic way to do it. Slowly get on one knee with your basket of gold before you can kind of put it in. But rip for sure. Did not deserve to go down, but excellent pressure by Recon and the Ottomans. As the Ottomans, we have a force of about 9 archers for Sabahi, a meter, and 1 spearman, which is that the 1 spearman is that one that pops out regardless of what happens. Would be great if they could find this, but it's not like they're going to be able to get through because I'm pretty sure there's only 8. Yeah, there's a perfect 8 over here. Alright, we have some pressure on this other gold mine, but the civilians are able to get away safely. Let's see if the Sipahi can do anything else. They run into 1 spearman, which is not going to be able to hold the whole time, but as you can see just how much damage they do. civilians do not want that smoke. They do get us around on one Sipahi, which is pretty good. Another one. Age 3 has gone in. The Abbey of the Trinity have gone down for the Rus, which is actually a monastery. Can produce more warrior monks. So this is a pretty big upgrade. They're obviously well ahead of the Ottomans in terms of that. Population is crazy different. The Ottomans obviously have a ton of whatchamacallit, and the keep does go up. The wooden fortress does go up, which is going to make this gold pretty safe. So we'll probably have to find another way to kind of harass. We have the army over here going down, looking to kind of do damage to over here. Unfortunately, we have some downtime workers. They go back out and get it. These archers coming in with the Meteor's bonus. Let's see if they can pick off one. One picked off, which is the good thing about the archers. But you're going to have to fall back because this wooden fortress is going to be too nice. The Sipahi going here to take cover behind the rocks. It's not the worst place to take cover, honestly. It's pretty safe back there. We have the Meteor Archer Force kind of roaming around. The Rus player having a tough time being able to get gold at this point because, well, this gold is actually pretty safe over here. But this gold has been taken away over here. But it also has the Kremlin defending its base on this side, which will make this pretty safe, and this wood line. Barracks going down to make it 1, harder to harass this gold, and 2, obviously wanting to create more spearmen. 9 man-at-arms for the Rus, kind of managing over here. There's the militia coming down as well, and they do bonus against cavalry. So this will kind of act as his act as their spearmen for them. But we have a few men-at-arms kind of coming over here, kind of attacking in separate straights, but they do corner one of the archers. One of the Sipahis kind of rolling up. Gonna want to run these archers away because they do not want this. They don't want to deal with this at all. No matter what upgrades you have, this many men-at-arms against this kind of army force is not going to bode well. They are a bit slow, so they can kind of take their time. The men-at-arms are rumbling forward like an offensive line in football. I don't know if many of you will get this reference, but kind of like that wedge formation on kickoffs. I know it's banned from now, as of now, but that's kind of what it used to look like in the old days. Kind of like a rugby scrum at this point, just running in a ball, kind of like Zerg from StarCraft 2. And finally decided to touch back, but then losing an archer, losing another one. Let's see if they lose one more, losing another. This many men-at-arms. The surrender comes out because the men-at-arms are going to start to kind of cruise in. And it does look like on the back end they weren't able to do anything. So GG's. And if you do like what you're seeing, please do drop a like and subscribe.